On the night of February 18th, 2024, in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, a terrible tragedy happened. A husband and wife, once a loving couple, ended up destroying each other in a way that no one could have imagined. What started as an argument over trust and betrayal quickly turned into a nightmare, one that left their children orphaned and scarred for life. That evening, Mr. Caleb, a senior police officer, came back from work earlier than usual. He was exhausted, hoping to rest and spend some time with his family. But when he stepped into the house, something felt off. His wife, Tate, was nowhere to be seen. Curious, he called his daughter and asked, "Where is your mother?" The little girl looked up at him and said, "She left in the morning and she has not come back." That answer hit Mr. Caleb in a way he could not explain. His wife had been gone all day without a word, without checking on the kids. Maybe he already had a feeling, or maybe it was because things between him and his wife Tate had not been good for a long time. Deep down, he knew their marriage was broken. He had suspected her of cheating, and at one point, he had even caught her. He had taken her lover to the police station before, hoping for some kind of justice. But his superiors told him to handle it privately. What could he do? The woman he had loved, the mother of his children, had betrayed him. And trust, once broken, is not so easy to fix. Still, he did not want to upset the children. He nodded and reassured his daughter that everything was fine, even though his heart told him otherwise. Later that night, his wife Tate finally returned home. She acted like nothing had happened, as if being away all day without an explanation was normal. She cooked. After cooking without serving dinner, she briefly left again to check on her sick mother. By the time she got back, the children were waiting for her so they could all eat together. They sat down as a family, shared a meal, and even laughed. If a stranger had walked in, they would have thought this was a happy home. But hidden beneath those smiles were wounds too deep to heal. After dinner, Mr. Caleb did something unusual. He went into his bedroom, picked up his Bible, and prayed. Maybe he was asking God for peace. Maybe he was trying to calm his heart. Maybe he already felt something terrible was coming. When he finished, he returned to the living room and joined his family again. Their son, still innocent to what was happening, asked his mother to sleep in their room. But Mr. Caleb refused and told the boy to go to bed. So the little boy, along with his younger sibling, wished their parents good night and went to sleep, completely unaware that this was the last time he would ever see them alive. If he had known, maybe he would have stayed a little longer. Maybe he would have held their hands. Maybe he would have hugged them tighter. But life doesn't give warnings, and so with a heart full of innocence, he drifted off to sleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, the boy was suddenly woken up by loud shouting. His parents were arguing again, and this time it sounded worse than usual. Then came the chilling sound of a cutlass being pulled from its sheath. Panic set in. He quickly shook his younger sister awake, and together they ran toward their parents' bedroom. But when they got there, the door was locked from the inside. The little girl grabbed a stool and tried to break the door, but it wouldn't budge. The boy, now truly terrified, ran out of the house to get help from the neighbors. When the neighbors arrived, they forced the door open. What they saw inside was something no child, no human should ever have to witness. Mr. Caleb lay lifeless on the floor. His manhood had been cut off. Blood was everywhere. Mrs. Tate was also on the ground, barely breathing, her head brutally smashed in. The bedroom, which was once a place of love and rest, had become a crime scene too horrific to describe. The neighbors rushed the couple to the hospital, but it was too late. The doctors confirmed that both Mr. Caleb and Mrs. Tate had died from their injuries. As the police began their investigation, chilling details started to emerge. It was reported that Mrs. Tate had allegedly drugged her husband's food that night. The substance was meant to weaken him, giving her the chance to carry out a gruesome act. And when she thought he was too weak to fight back, she attacked him, cutting off his manhood in a moment of rage and revenge. But what she didn't expect was that even in his weakened state, Mr. Caleb fought back. A trained police officer, he gathered his last strength, grabbed a cutlass, and struck his wife with deadly force. What started as an argument turned into a battle, one that neither of them survived. Now 4 innocent children are left with scars no time can heal. They woke up one morning with loving parents and went to bed that night as orphans. Their young son, who had watched everything unfold, will carry those images for the rest of his life. Maybe if different choices had been made, maybe if love had been stronger than anger, maybe if one of them had just walked away, this tragedy could have been avoided. But life is full of maybes. And in this case, those maybes came too late. This heartbreaking story serves as a painful reminder that when love turns into hate, when trust is shattered beyond repair, the consequences can be devastating. No one wins in a battle fueled by anger. In moments of betrayal and rage, people make decisions that destroy not just themselves, but also everyone around them. No matter how painful a situation is, violence is never the answer. When trust is broken, when hearts are wounded, when emotions are too heavy to bear, seek help. Walk away if you have to. Talk to someone who can guide you. Because at the end of the day, no relationship, no betrayal, no pain is worth losing your life or destroying innocent children's futures. Now, a home that was once filled with laughter and warmth has been reduced to silence. A family that once ate together is no more. And 4 little children who once had parents to protect them are left to face a world they were not ready for. What do you think about this tragic story? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life crime stories. Stay safe.